Hello, my glorious weirdos. Thomas Patrick Gormley, the Archangel of the Paranormal here, and you are watching Historically Haunted VODCAST with Adam, the historian ghost hunter. Let's see what the rabbit hole has in store for Adam and his guests tonight. Get that charcuterie board ready in your spirits. Here we go.
Oh, it's still playing. All right, we're going to get the bugs out of this. I'm new with that stuff. What's up, historians? Welcome back to Season 3 of Historically Haunted VODCAST. I can't believe I haven't been canceled yet. And I'm your host, Adam Began, Adam Historian Ghost Hunter. And I'm here again, episode 39. Next week is the last episode of Season 3, and then we're on to Season 4. So we've already done 40 episodes. Can you fucking believe it? That's amazing. And of course, once again, Season 4, just like Season 3, is sponsored fully by actor, trucker, Donnie Green from Bauer Green Logistics Trucking Company. He's a real trucker. He's also the guy that drove the red truck in Pet Sematary. Get the baby! When Gage had the kite, meow, and that fucking guy comes flying singing the Ramones song in the red 1988 Peterbilt. That's Donnie Green. So he sponsors the show. He's also my biggest client. In my opinion, he's my first client. He's kind of what got me even being a booking agent, Historically Haunted Booking LLC. Also, John Green Trucking Logistics Company is also a sponsor. And the sponsor of the week this week, and message me later if you want to be a sponsor of the week. I'll show you how. I'll tell you how. That is Raf Munoz, a.k.a. co-host Diego of the Let's Find Out podcast. And he sent my guest, who's a part of the booking agency, he's a client of mine, Dustin Grammer of Moonlit Monster Media. He actually sent him my way. So shout out to him. So my guest, Dustin, before I bring him on, he's in the green room having some peanuts and a beer right now. I can see him. This cat, I don't know him that well. I'm getting to know him now. He's a real cool dude. He loves his cryptozoology. He's also a filmmaker of sorts. I don't know of sorts he is. Steeds Ridge. I actually watched that with Heather on Tubi. One of my favorite streaming channels by far is Tubi. They have the best horror movies and documentaries. But it's on a bunch of other platforms too. Pretty cool documentary, a little Bigfoot type of spoof thing. It's funny, but it's cool. It's different. Steeds Ridge, Steeds Ridge, Ridge. He's on the many more other things too. He also hooked me up with my own Moonlight Monster Media shirt. I'll get that right one of these days. I got my coffee mug. You can order yours too with Bigfoot. They look at it, fucking Sasquatch's ugly mug on there. I should say handsome mug. I don't want him to kill me. Him and his dreadlocks. So anyway, without further ado, this cat, there's Diego. What's up, brother? That's the sponsor of the episode. My favorite people all in one space at one time. Well, we're going to have you and Jeb on soon. I should have had a four-way. But we got Dustin. We're going to bring him on. We're going to be gentle. It's his first time. So let's bring him on. What's everybody checking up? What's up, John Bernier? Up there in Seattle, Washington, fighting your cancer. Appreciate you, brother. Much love to you. Your beautiful wife, Linda, checking in. Hi, how are you? Betsy, rolling with the searches. What's going on? So everybody, Dustin Grammer. This cat's the shit. Check him out. You're live, brother.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, homie?
I got my co-host Diego hat since he's the sponsor of the show, and well, not since, but I've been wearing it because he's a cool dude. But
I see you picked it up the other day on Facebook. I saw that.
Yeah, he shared the pictures. I snatched it right off of there when I saw this one. I thought, well, that one looks really cool.
That's dope. He's sending me a Mothman one, the Mothman one that's shaped like the Batman logo, and it says Mothman. He's sending you that one. So, Dustin, he says, what's up, Diego? My girlfriend Heather's checking in. Hello, Heather. Witchin' Life Guide. Witchin' Caminiti. Hello, friends. Heather, if you get a chance to share the link, she's good at that. She's my little secretary-ish, even though she probably hate me for saying that. But Moonlight Monster Media. I know you watched the movie with me, Steeds Ridge, baby. If you want to share the link in chat. So, Dustin, my brother, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing really good. I had to do a little AC duct work to the house before I came on, something I don't think you know about today. We said it was 18 degrees, and it's 72 here right now.
You're in West Virginia or Virginia area, right?
Alabama. So
Alabama,
farther, yeah, farther south.
So you don't see this gross white shit that we get to see up here in Maine often, do you?
No, and I think we saw some for like a few hours, and it was really just ice, and then it was gone. So no, we don't really get any snow here. Just a lot of heat, humidity.
Which you don't like. You told me you're not a big fan of.
Not at all. I don't like being hot. It's pretty warm in this building today.
I bet you need a little shy. I love the background, though, the lights. You got all that shit.
Oh,
Little man cave there.
Yeah. I was trying to get me a little spot to work in, and the only thing bad about it, sometimes I lose Wi-Fi service. But I've got my Jimi Hendrix poster, Iron Maiden, Creature from the Black Lagoon, stuff like that. Wolfman. This stuff I like.
Dope. Yes, that's dope. I mean, heavy metal music, horror movies, cryptozoology, ghosts. It's kind of all of the umbrella, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's kind of all under the freak show, creep show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of it's just the foundation of my influences, I guess, between cryptozoology and classic monster movies.
Kind of based off, almost in a way, like they say, the Creature of the Black Lagoon was kind of based off the Gene is going to love this. The coelacanth, one of the oldest. Gene was the curator of the International Cryptozoology Museum. She's the head cryptozoologist, and she actually is on her own now, but she does like big cats, like pumas and shit that have been seen in Maine. She focuses on that, but she knows all about cryptozoology. She's checking in from Maine. What's up? Brandon Golden, what's going on? Danny Perez, the Radicals, driving around in a hearse, making Ouija boards out of coffin wood. What's up? We got all the weirdos here today. Good. I got to ask you, brother. So where did all this shit start? Was it because you saw a horror movie? Were you young and just liked monsters? I mean.
Yeah, it did start when I was young. The elementary school library where I went to school at had a lot of really cool books. It had this one monster book. It had Bigfoot, Yeti, Loch Ness Monster, some South American monsters, monsters in China, Africa, and
ooh.
I used to check it out all the time. But the Bigfoot one, I would like read it outside on the porch late in the evening. The Bigfoot one always kind of like scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the book, I've never been able to find the book again. I wish I had a copy. I have no idea what it was called. And I watched, I got into monsters, kind of early Universal monsters, because I think it was Pepsi and Doritos. Like in the early 90s, they ran like an ad campaign with the monsters. And I was really young then. And I would go over to my great grandmother's house and we would eat chips or whatever and drink Pepsi. And they had the cool monsters on there. And I guess that kind of stuff, just having good times, stuck with me, and it's always been kind of an interest.
That's pretty fucking cool. I could see that in my head, the whole creature feature thing. And then I remember when they brought that back, they had the big ones, Dracula, the Bride of Frankenstein, all that shit. You know what I mean? So that's one of my old favorites. Always has been the Wolfman. I watched that in a hot tub in Iowa when I went to Iowa one time. There was a hotel hot tub, and I remember my buddy Chris was upstairs, whatever he was doing, beating his meat or whatever. And I'm in the hot tub by myself, and I'm like, I have my computer. I'm like, oh, Wolfman. And I put it on. Pow. And the girl's got the satanic thing on her hand in the woods and shit. So that's cool, because what you focus on with like the cryptozoology, a lot of that is almost real life monsters. Am I right? Mothman, Bigfoot. Yeah. It's a real life Frankenstein, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I got my influences from, because I actually watch a lot of the like Bigfoot documentaries and cryptids and mysteries, and and a lot of them are people like me making them, or high quality, low quality. I just kind of watch them all. I really enjoy it, and at one point, I was recording some of my own music, just instrumental stuff, and I just thought, well, maybe I'll reach out to some of these guys. Like, I'd watch the credits and get a name, look them up on like Facebook or something. And
that's what I do.
Yeah. If I found them and they were like a real person, I had like a message. I was just copying and pasting. And out of like 20 something people, you may get like 2 replies. And Thomas Markham was a guy who, he runs a Zombie Media.
Yes, I'm friends with Thomas, and like, yeah.
Yeah, and even back then, he when I was doing that just with music, he was very responsive. He answered a lot of my questions. Just a really nice guy. So that was like 2018, and then I picked back up with him this last year when I was trying to actually make my own movie. And then yet again, there he was answering questions like, how did you make your movies? How did you get them distributed? How did you do this? How did, how'd you do all this? And he answers like every question. And then even volunteers, like if I'll send him a trailer or a sample of it, he would possibly distribute it. So we went from there with that.
So that's how Steed Ridge got brought, because they're kind of in cahoots with you. You're under their umbrella, so to speak.
Yeah. I have he's a distributor for Moonlight Monster Media. So I signed a contract with him to distribute Steed's Ridge. And Steed's Ridge was, I was thinking about like getting my music in a movie. I never succeeded. So me and my best friend were making goofy reels a lot. And then we came up with these two redneck characters who were having all these sightings, and we would say just really wild stuff. And I just got the idea. I was like, you know what? I like Bigfoot. I like doing these skits. They're sort of funny. Everybody kept telling me they like the funny skits. So I was like, I'm just going to make my own movie. And I can put whatever I wanted. I'd put my own music in it. I can, do whatever. So that's what I did. Cool. So the character, Eugene, he was just from a reel that I made. And then some of it's kind of silly. It's labeled as a mockumentary, but I'm not really mocking anybody. That's one thing I want to be clear about. I actually respect and enjoy watching those movies. So I'm not I'm not making fun of anybody who sees Bigfoot or believes, that. Like, so I want to be clear. I don't know if it, it could be misunderstood as a mockumentary that I was literally mocking people, but I'm not. I just was having a good time. I was kind of experimenting, learning how to do things, how to put it all together. And the people who played the other parts, they volunteered to help me out, and I think they all did really good. And
dude, as soon as not to cut you off, but as soon as we started watching it, because I'm thinking it's a documentary, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, and my girlfriend Heather looks at me. She's like, "What?" She starts laughing. She goes, "Is this supposed to be funny? Because that guy's pretty stupid, the sheriff guy or whatever." And I said, no. I said, it's a B movie. I said, he's not a fucking Steven Spielberg. But the more we watch it, I'm like, this is it's not a spoof movie. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's
kind of a hybrid. It's kind of a hybrid because some of the scenes are really serious. Some people think some of it's scary, and then some of it's just really silly. Like my friend describing the Bigfoot racking through the trees, and he says it sounds like a raccoon kitty slapping the pavement. I mean,
my girl had pretty.
Oh my God.
She's like, oh, I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, hilarious. But it's nicely done. I mean, you can see the script. It's not a bullshit thing. It's a great dude. Fucking hats off, dude. Seriously.
Man,
I tell people, I'm like, I got a director on my team, man. And it's on Tubi. Tubi's not a bullshit platform. Tubi's been around I've been watching Tubi for 3 years or so now. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's commenting on the Pepsi Doritos Monster Match commercials, Universal Studios' first Halloween Horror Nights. Okay, someone remembers that. George, what's up, George? That makes sense. I think he said earlier he's in Texas today or something, right? Sorry, guys, I'm getting to you. What's up, Dylan Wagner? What's going on? Thomas Patrick. I played you in the beginning, Thomas. I played your intro. A lot of good people. Hello, Ariel. Well, how are you? A bunch of weirdos here. Yeah, we are. George, appreciate you calling in from Texas. So that's pretty cool, man. So it's I wouldn't call it a joke because it's your passion, dude. Like, you're not gonna make fun of your own passion, right? I mean,
well, part of my passion is a little bit of humor, comedy. I mean, I'm not like a comedian or but I like to use a little bit of humor when I do things. And I appreciate you saying all that nice stuff about it, because it's like kind of been getting beat up pretty bad in the reviews, but I don't care, but it's not a masterpiece. It was just, I actually edited it to look like an aged video that was rediscovered. So, because it's based in 1982, so I kind of aged the film, like made it look older on purpose, and had glitches and tears. And
I love it. it's that shit that it's like, dude, fuck the haters. And the fact is they watch it, so suck it sideways. George loves the shirt. George, you can order your own. I thought he had a sweatshirt. I asked him for a sweatshirt, but they weren't made yet, just the shirts. But he sent me the shirt, Moonlight Monster Media, man. And I get the mug, I get stickies. That's beer in there too, not coffee. But yeah, fuck them, man. No, I think that's you. What you're doing is different. You know what I'm saying? And you're not funded by a big fucking Warner Brothers, so you're doing what nah, fuck that.
Yeah. I was out of my own pocket, and some of the people make jokes with me that were helping. They're like, yeah, I'll be looking for the royalties, and I'm like, well, the royalties are negative right now, so you could pay into it. Anyway.
Sorry, I smoke weed during the show. My medical marijuana brought to you by Blue Magoo. Triple Goddess Cannabis. No, that's funny. That's funny, the royalty thing. But see, and of course, they probably like, well, we were in it, so if they hate the movie, they hate us. But you got to let it roll off your shoulders, dude. I mean,
it does. It absolutely does. It doesn't bother me at all.
Mrs. Diego loves the shirt too. Co-host says. Diego says.
Yeah, I had actually made just one sweatshirt because I knew I was going to be doing some filming in the cold months, and I wanted to be on my own, on the video and the documentary with my own sweatshirt. And it's not off the site that I normally order stuff from, and I'm not a salesman, and I'm not, in a merch business or anything. I just kind of got some of this stuff together for fun, and I enjoy having things made. But the sweatshirt, yeah, I only got the one, and it didn't really turn out. Like, they're very expensive, and they didn't come out as good a quality as like the shirts do. So I didn't make any more of those.
If you guys want to push pause, if you're watching this later, go ahead and scan that. There's Steve's Ridge right there, the movie sticker. But yeah, that's what it's about, man. No, fuck that. You got a good passion. Especially the horror movies. I can tell, you can see your influences on that, because if people look at the old school horror movies, those were kind of just done too, and they're still classics. Yeah. So now, fuck that. Hello, Amanda Gerard from Two Witches Spooky Spirits podcast. She loves the shirt too. You guys can order yours today. I got an XL. I get it with a long sleeve underneath because it's 18 degrees and fucking it fits me perfect. So I also noticed, because I want to bring this up a little bit because we have fun here. I got to admit, man, you're jamming out on the guitar and shit. That's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's really where it all started. I mean, I was a musician way before anything else, I guess. And like I said, I didn't want to do like a soundtrack. I just thought it would have been cool if like 5 seconds of a track was in a movie, so I could tell people, hey, my music's in a movie. I just thought that'd be cool. I just set goals, It's like, hey, it's in a movie. Maybe it wasn't even a good movie, but it's in a movie,
Fuck, dude, yes. Fuck yes, that's the attitude. That's why you're fucking my client, because I don't let you fail. Fuck that. You made a movie, dude, and you did the soundtrack yourself, and I'm pretty sure you acted in it. I'm pretty sure that was you in there too. You were in the movie too, weren't you?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you were, man. You did that. You were acting in it, yeah.
Yeah, I was Eugene with the wig on, and I was the anonymous guy who was blacked out that you couldn't see because I actually needed more minutes to add to the film, and it actually turned out to be one of the spookier scenes. And I actually was Bigfoot too, so I had to edit, because I'm not a big guy, I'm not a tall guy, so I had to edit over video and increase the size of the creature, with editing to look bigger.
Damn,
sort of.
Dude. So you do all your editing, directing, you do the costumes, you act, you play you're a one-man fucking band. You do your own soundtrack. Like, holy shit. That's impressive, brother. Not to mention, like you said, you're a husband, you're doing your own thing, and you're doing this, and that's, my girlfriend Heather's got a question. What kind of music did you play the most?
Played the most?
I like metal, right?
Metal, a little bit. I'm more like hard rock and classic country blues. Play a lot of blues too. Easy, just smooth music, mellow. Just kind of whatever catches my attention.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pink Floyd, shit like that.
Yeah. I like them. Yeah, stuff like that. Blues, hard rock, old country stuff. not newer. I don't really listen to that, but
except for Oliver Anthony, he's good. You heard him?
Who?
Oliver Anthony.
Oh,
Richmond, north of Richmond.
Yeah, I saw the videos. It kind of cut out there for a second. I didn't hear you.
Oh, but sorry.
Yeah, mostly like like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson,
David
Hank
Allen
Singer, yeah, Townes Van Zandt, stuff like that. Old stuff. Yeah, just like real music to real lyrics. You know, it's not nothing generic, in my opinion. It's my opinion, of course, but I don't know. I just feel like when those songs got wrote, they had a little more meaning.
Yeah. What do you mean, cold beer on a Friday night? They ain't got no meaning. That fucking pop shit junk. Get that out of here.
Yeah,
it's catchy, but
recycle. Everybody says it. Yeah,
come original, brother. Come original. So that's cool. You're dropping some old school. You're talking about the old school, the Rebels, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, fucking Merle Haggard, David Allen.
Merle Haggard. Yeah, that's another one of my favorites. Yeah, that's it.
Struggle Jennings. Yeah, he's good.
But I like Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones and Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, that stuff too.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, of course. I've got him right here behind me. Kiss.
Axis Bolt of Love.
Yeah, Kiss. Those guys.
I used to sing in a metal band. We should jam up sometime. I used to be a singer. I opened up for Mushroom Head. You ever heard of them from Cleveland?
I've heard the name. Yeah, I believe we talked about this in Messenger one day. Yeah.
Yes, we did. Because we were talking about your team. Cool. I appreciate. We got about 15 people in chat right now, or at least watching. You guys have any questions for Dustin Grammer? He's into cryptozoology. You guys can tell he's into music. You can ask a music question, cryptozoology, a movie question, monster movie, or anything about life, and I'm sure he'll be cool about it. So go ahead and ask questions, guys. I'm going to ask you one while we wait.
Okay.
Favorite movie serial killer, as far as like Mike Myers, Jason, Freddy, all that shit goes?
Let me think. Probably Michael Myers, because I think he scared me the worst when I was younger. But, I mean, you only really got to, I guess, watch out for him if you're in Haddonfield and it's Halloween. But still, I mean, that white mask is pretty scary.
Yeah, you know that was based off William Shatner? That's William Shatner's face minus the eyebrows.
Yeah, didn't they buy it for like $1 or something at a store and paint it white? Is that right?
Yep. And now they sell them for $70 a piece. Salem and shit.
Oh, I've been to Salem. That was. I'd like to go back.
I was going to ask you if you've been to New England. No kidding, you've been to Salem, Mass.
Yeah, I like New England. I like history. I mean, right now I'm so tired. I probably can't recall too much information, but I've always liked colonial history, Revolutionary War stuff. So I've traveled, been to Virginia several times, been to Yorktown, been to Williamsburg, been to Salem. Me and my wife actually drove the East Coast on our honeymoon, and Salem was the highest we made it before we turned around and came back. But we
almost made it to Maine, that close to fucking MySpace.
We stayed a couple of days there and really enjoyed it. It was really nice. I'd like to go back.
You ever come to Maine, man? I'd love to show you Stephen King's house. I know where there's some witches buried, and I also know where there's mermaids seen. That's a monster. There's mermaids seen off the coast, and that a boy. Oh, man, after my own heart. Dude, I love Pet Sematary. I fucking do. But Salem's Lot, that's a second to me. That's a fucking scary movie and book.
Yeah. It's Pet Sematary is one I need to read. I see it pretty high up on a lot of the lists. Actually, I see it as a favorite on a lot of lists, but I've never read that book.
It's instead of the maid dying in the book, it's Judd's wife, the neighbor's wife that dies. That's the funeral, not the maid girl or whatever. And there's a couple other different things here and there. Not a super lot different, but I know where all the sites are. I know where Donnie killed the kid. That's in Hancock, Maine, named after the president, Hancock. I know a lot of shit. So you come up to Maine, we'll hook you up.
I touched down in Bangor one time, but
that's where he lives, Bangor.
Yeah.
I live 30 minutes away. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in the airport for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
That's where they filmed the Langoliers movie. They filmed it in the Bangor airport. Yeah, that airstrip and shit outside in the lobby, that's all Bangor.
Okay, well, I've been there.
You come to my way and you go this way a little bit more, another 45 minutes that way, right? You're going by the Appalachian Trail, the ending of it or beginning. But that's where people see the Wendigo, and people have seen Bigfoot and aliens and all. You and aliens too?
The aliens is something I'm trying to sort through. Well, I'm trying to sort through it all. Let's be honest. It's not something I've always been interested in it, right? But I've always sort of leaned skeptical in a way. But the more I listen to a lot of Sasquatch, Bigfoot podcasts and stuff, supernatural stuff too. But the more I dig into it, the more people I've interviewed, talked to, you know, because I've got another two-part documentary thing I'm working on now. So I've been right in people's faces at times, interviewing them, and how could you sit there and stay a skeptic after some of that? Some of my, the second half was more paranormal related, and we went in and actually had some activity. So I went in fully expecting nothing to happen and was just trying to make a film documentary, and actually came away with some authentic things that had happened. Because that's the angle I'm going with it, the amateur investigator, somewhat skeptic who basically expects nothing to happen. So the fact that it did happen, it's not fake. I didn't edit. I edited Steve's Ridge is fictional, but the stuff I'm working on now is legit documentary. I want to take a serious crack at it.
Nice. You're coming in at all different angles. You're trying your hats at many things, which is awesome.
I didn't answer your question though. The UFOs.
Yes.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say over live. Maybe government. Maybe other spiritual. Maybe demonic. Maybe they're from the moon. I don't know. This one thing I'm never really looked too much into them.
You're kind of on the fence. You're kind of waiting to see if you get your own experience, right?
Yeah, I'm on the fence with a lot of things. I try to be realistic. So, but I'd love, for Bigfoot to be real, but I've never seen one. So that's where I'm at.
Wishful thinking. So yeah, Ariel says, come to the Clifton Theater. They're historical. I believe that's in Illinois, right? You're 30 minutes from Williamsburg, Brandon.
Oh, Williamsburg. Okay.
Yeah. I'm coming to visit you for this mermaids. Yeah, there's mermaid scene all over, even Massachusetts, Gloucester, Mass and shit. Oh, okay, George has got a question. Great question for George. Do you make your movies all digital, or do you try to use film? Old school.
It's all digital. It's all digital.
It's kind of the way of the world now.
Yeah, I actually made Steve's Ridge. I'm going to tell him myself. I actually made it with my cell phone. I mean, I know you could probably tell if you watch it, but
no. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, 100% cell phone there. But I've got new tools this time around, but Steve's Ridge was awesome.
That's fucking epic. Unreal. I had no idea, Dustin. Fucking cell phone movie, bro. Oh my God, it's on Tubi. That's fantastic. That's fucking amazing. Cheers. Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Let's see. If you're ever back in Virginia, you're more than welcome to look us up in between Richmond and Williamsburg. We investigate. Brandon's a good dude. Brandon's on every week. Brandon, follow. Actually, real quick, Brandon. I'm going to. There we go. This is his page on Facebook, guys. Not his page, but Moonlight Monster Media. Check him out. He's playing guitar. You guys go there. There's how do you get off Diego? You were just on with Bobby Dizzle the other day. Remember you saying Bob knows me? Yeah, Bob Dole.
Yeah. I came. Yeah, he came up on. Me and him were in a messenger comments thread one time. He asked me, "Did I make films or whatever?" And that's how I met him. And he's actually from Alabama too. So actually, he's someone who's closer. And yeah, cool guy. I had a lot of Razorbacks.
Isn't that? Oh no, that's Arkansas, right? Shit, sorry. I thought it was Alabama. I'm
Boo,
fucking
boo.
edit, Alabama. That's the You guys are you know Yellow Wolf? Ever heard of Yellow Wolf, the rapper? My old lady loves him. He's from Alabama.
No,
Gatlinburg?
I've heard. Yeah, it's a Crimson Tide though.
Crimson Tide. Shit.
Yeah.
Edit.
Yeah, not the other school.
Yeah, screw the Razorbacks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, man. So what, just one day you just like, I'm just gonna make my own movie. I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. I mean, you go to like, I mean, you go to like art school or whatever. Do you go to school for directing? I don't even know.
Man, I wish I could, but no. Like I said, I had music. Me and my friend were making reels. He actually gets paid pretty good for his. And I was taking like a horror, I do my Terror Tuesday stuff in September and October. This year will be the 3rd season of those little shorts. And I was just doing little fun stuff like that. And as me and him worked together and shared ideas, I started learning how to edit a little bit with the phone. And I edited a couple of videos, put some music to it. And I thought to myself, why don't I just make a whole movie? And, it's going to require some help. So Steve's Ridge was either family members or people I know, so I knew everyone in that film. This time around, people I'm dealing with are people I don't actually know in some cases.
I'll come down.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of branching out
right
a little bit.
I want to be in your next one, if not, brother.
What do you think about UFOs? I ask you a question because that one's.
Oh, I love that. I usually towards the end of the show I ask my kids to ask me a question, but I'll answer that. Okay. No. I'll answer it now. No, fuck it. Anything goes, dude. It's fun. When I was a kid, I saw something in the sky. I went to the same high school as Stephen King. I went to Lisbon High School. He lived in Durham. I lived in Lisbon, right over the bridge. The Innisquaga River cuts us in half. But I was in Lisbon, and I saw something, man. I saw a huge moose once, too. They say there's a giant moose up here, which is a cryptid. But I saw lights in the sky. Was it a blimp? Was it a radio satellite? I don't fucking know. But fast forward till literally 2 years ago when I moved up to northern Maine, where I live, dude. If you go into Maine, it takes you 4 hours to get to where I live. I'm almost into Canada. I'm closer to Canada than New Hampshire, honestly. So I'm up there, man. It's high elevation. That's like most of Maine doesn't even have snow today. Only my county had snow, and we got almost a foot. So I've seen shit up here. At night, man, I see things. I hear things. There's a lot of weird, there's Native American preservations right around me, townships, Indian townships. And from what I've seen in documentaries, they see things. And I got Nomar Slevik, who's a UFOologist. He's right in Bangor. He's actually going to be on in about a month, but he's seen some shit too. He's written some books about it. Bunch of people and shit like that. So between the Stephen King movie filming sites, aliens, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, the Wendigo, and of course, ghosts. I mean, as you know, New England, dude, we got gravestones from the 1600s. They don't have that in California. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's neat.
So it's cool. And you honestly, if you go to a town in Maine, pretty much New England, you can't go to a town without this being some sort of, we see, they're known for something, so to speak. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it does.
The beginning of Creepshow 2, when Tom Savini's got throwing the magazines out of the truck to the kid, which is Stephen King's kid, there's a clock tower. That's in a town called Dexter, Maine. That's 20 minutes south of me. And that fucking clock tower's still there. The lights, you can match it up perfectly. I do on my YouTube channel. So you can find a day, man, and you can literally go out. There's a B-52 bomber that crashed in Maine on Elephant Mountain. That's right by me by about an hour north. And the remains are still there. There's fucking fuel lodges, tires, and 8 men died there. And they say that there's spirits are still there. Between that and the Wendigo and Thunderbirds are in Maine. These big pterodactyl type birds or whatever they're called. So, and then of course mermaids by the ocean, giant lobsters, giant squids, ghost ships. So, man, I tell you, man, you come to Maine, I think you'd like it a lot.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah. The Williamsburg thing. When I was in Williamsburg, I did do a ghost tour. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
In between, we went there. I was in the Navy, so I was there for a training exercise. And
thank you for serving.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
And the time when we were, I guess, off for the evening, we rode to, we weren't too far from Williamsburg, and we went there, and I think we ate dinner and did a ghost tour and went back. It was a lot of fun.
How's your old lady with all this shit? She dig this stuff too?
Yeah, she actually does. Yeah, well, we listen to the podcasts and stuff together. That's kind of like we wind down sometimes in the evening we'll turn on a podcast and listen to. I like listening to the encounters. I like hearing the stories. If I watch movies, stuff, documentaries, I like to hear history. I like to hear the stories more than I like to see investigations. That's just me. But yeah. She's about it. She's a little more closeted about it, I guess. But I did pull her into the film.
No shit. Which part did she play?
She's near the end. When Wanda is missing, and she's talking about her friend disappearing. That was my wife.
No shit. Yeah. But
she gets on. I mean, sometimes, I have so many gadgets around. There's guitars and cameras and Bigfoot masks and wigs, and she gets a little aggravated about that sometimes. Like, you just have crap everywhere.
She's like, I thought you wouldn't take that out of the bedroom. No, that's cool. She's a good sport, man. I tell you, I mean, to have all this shit going on. But the thing is, what do you do? Sit at home and just play poker or go to Dunkin' Donuts or what you've got? So I'm like that too. Many hats, man. Obviously, podcaster, booking agent, all that shit. It keeps life interesting. It keeps it fun. And like with you, you're doing what you want. You're making movies. You're playing music, right? I mean,
yeah, it's life. It's fun, man. And by the way, your podcast is formatted very well. Like, it's impressive.
What does that mean? Formatted? I'm sorry.
I mean, like the way, like, hey, you got like the ticker going across the bottom, the labeling, pulling the comments up. I don't know. It just looks good.
I appreciate that, because I've been a guest on some, and they don't bring comments up. They don't have a thing on the screen. They don't even talk about me. Half the time they talk about their show, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck am I doing?" So I appreciate that, man. I got my ADHD. I don't know if you know about me, but I died in a car accident a couple years back, and since then, man, I've been reborn, brother, because I should be 6 feet deep, son. So fuck it. I ain't here to please anybody. I'm just having fun, and people go, wow, they really dig it. So I bring them on, whatever. Life's too short,
Yeah.
Like me, I saw my first ghost when I was 9. My grandfather died in 1988, and he walked me to the fridge and got me some milk. And since then, and then 2 years later, my stepfather goes hunting. I go get some deer I love venison, good shit. And my mom was watching The Shining, and I'm like, "What is this?" She goes, "Oh, my first horror movie." She goes, "Oh, I don't know." Well, you're ready. You're 10. She goes, "The guy that wrote this story, you're going to go to the same high school as him in a couple of years, Stephen King." And that was it. 10 years old, I'm fucking hooked. See you later, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I still liked, but I'm on to the real shit now. I'm on to like fucking what are we? Afterlife, ghosts, monsters, aliens, all of it. I incorporated with everything. So that's cool, man. That's cool that it's like your life too. My girlfriend likes your on-air sign, by the way. Someone said I should get that, the on-air.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I ordered that on Amazon.
Oh, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, we got about 18 people watching. We're talking to Dustin Grammer of Moonlight Monster Media. He is the director of Steed's Ridge. He's a cryptozoologist of sorts, and he's a musician, guitarist. He's also a horror movie fan. So we're talking to him, shooting the shit. He's also a client of Historically Haunted Booking. If you want him for your show, or you want him for a convention, maybe be a speaker, message Historically Haunted Booking LLC. We'll work something out. So, Dustin, ever been out of the country? You got any bucket list?
Yeah, I do have bucket lists, and I have been out of the country. I've been to Portugal. That's where my mom's from. So,
wow.
Yeah, so we went there when I was a teenager, and I've been to the UAE, United Arab Emirates. That was a little security deployment. I was a Navy Reserve, but we still called a deployment. Did a security detail there at one of the ports for our ships coming in. So been there. It was hotter than here, and I don't like being hot. So I can't say I enjoyed the desert too much. But, yeah, Portugal was cool. But bucket list, I'd like to see out of the country, I'd probably like to see like Scotland, England, Germany, maybe, that kind of stuff. Romania, maybe go see Dracula's castle there.
Yes.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So you want the history side. You want make like the old castles and Stonehenge and shit like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the old castle, the real genuine castle.
Oops. George says his family's from Portugal. What region?
The Azores Islands.
See, unless you've been, you'd know that because I never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, it's not the mainland. I think it's 8 islands, the Azores, and that's where Mom is from. Came here when she was 10.
Wow.
Her whole family, Mom and siblings, Dad, all came here to live the American dream, I guess. Then met my old dad, Alabama.
What that turned out to be.
Yeah.
Alabama redneck. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, like,
that's fucking,
How does a dude like, my dad end up with a woman from another country, and how did he impress her? That's what I want to know. Like, how did this go?
Well, he's a grammar, bro. You guys just got the swag. Look at that beard you got. I used to have a big beard till my work made me cut the fucking thing. Should have quit.
Yeah, this is the longest it's ever been. I was just trying to see what it would do, and I kind of, for filming purposes, thought that maybe it'd look cool, but usually don't keep it this long. And I'm actually a pretty introverted person, so honestly, it's like publicly, speaking or being part of the crowd is usually not my thing, but I can come out of my shell when I need to, I guess. Ninja Turtles, man.
And I get to pop your cherry because this is your first live podcast, so that's fucking killer.
Yeah, first.
You're doing swimmingly. You guys all like him. Send him some love. You guys watching? There's 19 people watching. Fucking say hi to this man. Don't just watch like perverts. Half the people that watch are probably fucking haters. So fuck him. Yeah, I got a podcast and he's got a movie. Fucking eat it. There's the Alien Hunter. No more. I got him on the month. If it was, it's weird to think our dads as having game. That's funny. No more. He was asking me some questions about aliens in Maine and shit. I know you've seen a bunch in different towns, and I think you saw one in Belfast, and that's where they shot scenes of the movie Thinner by Stephen King or Richard Bachman, whatever the fuck. But so okay, let's do a fun one too. Adam the Hoe. Both. That's right. Brandon was my guest last week. I threw him on. I love collecting the virgins. So I got to ask you, man. Give me some food that you do. What do you do before a movie or like an investigation or just anything? Do you have like a go-to, like let's go get our burgers or a steak, or what's your go-to for a big event?
I've never been to like not an official event, but like, I don't know, like when we used to play music, a lot of times it's Mexican food. Sometimes that's not the best idea, if you're going to be nervous or whatever, but probably, yeah. Usually we would eat after. It'd be Mexican food. Sometimes cheeseburgers. I'm not a picky eater, so whatever we can get to is pretty much fine with me.
I was the same way. If I had a show and I'm singing, I ain't fucking eating. Maybe some pretzels or something to soak up the beer I'm going to drink. Then after, I'm gourting out fucking pizza, whatever the fuck. But before that, I'm the same way. That's
coffee, maybe a little coffee or energy drink right before, and some chips and a candy bar or something. But
energy,
energy,
something to fill your belly. Great meeting you, Dustin. John Byrne, you're doing fantastic here. Oh, John's the man. John is one of the ones that if he's on my show every week, and when he likes my guest, dude, he'll, like I said, he'll support you. He'll like your shit. So he'll be a fan for life. He'll like your page, all that shit. So
thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does.
It's a family here. And he's Nomar. Yeah, man. Interesting stuff. Belfast from the 70s. That's very cool. Also, John, Dustin is a client of mine for Historical Haunted Booking. So he's my family. He's a brother from another mother, so to speak. So I got his back, and I'm glad you do too. That's why I wanted to bring him on to get the word out. People down south know him, but East Coast, we're getting him out there, and that's what matters. So we're going to try to get you to some conventions, hopefully in the East Coast. Would you be okay with that this October coming to Salem? I know people that run the Salem Paracon that would love to have you set up.
I can see about it. I kind of changed jobs last year, so I'm still building up some vacation time for that. But if I could get the time and set aside the money, yeah, I'd really like to do that. Yeah, definitely.
We got a little ways to go, and it's a weekend. It's a Saturday.
Okay. So no time off, really. Maybe a day to travel, maybe.
I would say maybe if you take Friday off, leave Thursday night, Friday morning, you'll probably make it.
Yeah, I might could do that.
Then leave.
I'd like to have a few more, I guess, projects behind me before I go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like right now, I've got Steve's Ridge. That was the beginning for me, and I've got, you know, stickers, shirts, and posters, because I got that stuff mainly in case I went somewhere, so I'd have something to present. But hopefully I could get at least one or two or more of these documentaries done. Well, you said October. I think I'll be done by then. I'd like to have something to show rather than, you know, if I'm going to go for something, you know.
I mean, even if you're halfway through the second one, you can take the weekend off, come over, talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a long ways away. And I'll message you at some point this weekend. We can talk about it. Real quick, here's the flyer for it. I actually went last year. Salem, Horror and Paranormal. And there I am.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get you there. I know the people that run it, and I'd love to. Yeah, look at that. John, absolutely. He'll follow you. George, he wants a T-shirt. George is one of those ones where when I have someone on and they got shit, he'll buy it. He'll buy their incense, their shirts, their stickers. So he'll be buying a shirt off you at some point.
Okay.
That's no bullshit. That's no bullshit.
Yeah, I think I need to order some more. I think I'm down to like my last one or two, but yeah, I can do that for sure.
It smells so good. It's brand new. Oops, that's too close. I'm trying to look at the camera. There we go. Shit. All right. We got about 20 minutes to go. We still got plenty of time. Let me see. So you talk about the old movies and shit, which is cool. And I like that. I really dig that. I met Rob Zombie. I got a chance to meet him right as he was making House of 1,000 Corpses. And then luckily for me, last year, I reached out to Walter Phelan, Phelan. He played Dr. Satan. You ever seen House of 1,000 Corpses?
No, I haven't. I don't really watch a lot of just brutal, gory stuff, that sort of stuff. It's more classics.
Okay, I can dig that.
Yeah, 70s movies, 30s, the 40s, that kind of stuff. And maybe a few newer ones. You know, I like, I lost my train of thought. Silver Bullet. I mean, that's Stephen King, but, you know, that's the 80s. That's one of my favorites. I watched that. But
I watched that yesterday with the kid in the wheelchair, Corey Haim.
Yeah, around October every year I watch that. Dracula movies, Wolfman movies, that sort of thing. Vampires, ghosts.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So you're definitely traditionalist. You're definitely like origin, I guess. Origins even.
Yeah, I probably should have been born like 20 or 30 years sooner, because everything I like was from a time gone, you know, time past. I don't
living in a new world with an old soul, brother.
Yeah. I don't click too well in the modern age, I guess.
Yeah. No,
I like the technology though, because it lets me make movies on my cell phone, but I like the classic stuff.
And podcasts, obviously virtual podcasts, which is cool.
Yes.
There's a lot of evil in it though. I get it. There's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. I can't. I don't go too far into the really dark stuff though. I really don't.
No, that's fair and that's valid. Some people don't. I mean, obviously, with experience or whatever, to each their fucking own. So I get it.
Yeah, because I believe. You know, I said I was a skeptic early, but spirituality, you know, I really believe. You know, I'm not a skeptic on that. So I don't. Even doing the paranormal investigations at time, since I've had stuff happen, I've even thought, man, should I even, you know, this could this be harmful? You know, is this something, you know, not to sound soft or anything, but it's like, man, this is legit. You know, you could get hurt, you could get, you know, stuff can happen. So I guess you got to be careful. But yeah, I had a few things happen to me earlier, you know, paranormal. So I've never been able to explain it. So
like what? Just give me one.
Yeah, my best friend's mom. That was another way I got into cryptids, like Bigfoot. the same guy, Trent, that I did my reels with. We've been friends since we were like 10 years old. But when I would go to his house, his mom and dad, they had this old Ford truck, like his dad would drive. The rest of us, they'd lay blankets and stuff down the back. We'd get in the back and ride down these old dirt roads. And his mom would like tell us all these local stories, you know, Bigfoot, ghosts, whatever. So anyway, so they've got a house that's built on very old property. But the house was built in the 90s, but the property's like really old, like everything around here. My uncle finds like Native American stuff all the time.
Ooh.
So I'm assuming the proper, you know, there's old railways under the old roads, and there's a lot of like timber cut back in coal mine, like little coal mines, you know, guys would just dig into the ground and go with a sack or whatever. So anyway, to get to the point, so they got this, and anytime his mom and my friend Trent's stepdad would take a vacation, like they go to Gettysburg. That's where I had gotten a lot of travel ideas, because she goes to these places. She watches the ghost stuff. That's where I get some of it from. So when I liked their house so much, when they would go out of town, I would house sit, just go sit, like hang out in their house because it's cool. Well, my friend was going to be there one night. He got there before I did. I came in after work, took my bag up the stairs, going to stay in the corner bedroom. Well, when I get to the top of the stairs, it feels like a person passes his shoulder, just brushes by me and says something, like right here at my ear, but it wasn't English. So I didn't understand. I just heard somebody speak and keep walking. And it kind of scared me. Honestly, I said, you know, I was like, what the heck? And he heard me downstairs and he's like, what's going on up there? And this was the beginning of the weekend, so I didn't want to like spook him out. And I was like, "Oh man, no, it's nothing," you know. And I go about my business. Well, we bro it up the whole weekend, have a good time, play guitar. His stepdad plays guitar, so all the equipment's there. He plays piano, whatever. We jam out, watch movies, whatever. So the last day, I said, you know, the first afternoon when I got here and I acted crazy upstairs, I said, well, I'm going to tell you what happened now since we're leaving. And I told him what happened. He said, well, you're not going to believe this. He said, because I held something back from you. He said, when I got there earlier that day, he was talking to his stepdad at the kitchen, you know, counter. He said he thought his mom had came up behind him and just hugged him, like over the shoulders, you know. He felt the weight and somebody press. And he says, hey, good morning, Mama. And his stepdad looks at him crazy and says, who are you talking to? Your mom's still asleep. So it was the same day, just earlier than what happened to me happened later, you know. So neither one of us could experience. And his mom, she's in my movie. She's got a lot of Bigfoot encounters and some old local stories from like the 70s and stuff, but she has just as many ghost stories as Bigfoot stories, and most of them happened in her house.
Wow.
And it's pretty wild over there. Stuff happens.
Wow, she's got a little bit of it all. Like Thomas said, it's true. And I'm glad you said that. Because just like anything else, just like weed and tattoos and everything, it's all cool to be into paranormal. It's cool to get a bag of skills and go to this old abandoned mortuary and what shirt am I wearing? What's my name? People don't realize you're fucking with Pandora's box here. A lot of these people that want to do it, and I'm not knocking them, but these weekend warrior paranormal people try to like go in for like a little scare and then go home and go to TikTok or Instagram about it.
Yeah.
But like you say, man, you got to be careful, man. There's some shit. I'm not a demonologist. Should I be messing with this? You know?
Right. Yeah, I listened to Thomas. Man, I don't know if it was his channel or on your show, or it was a podcast, I think, where he talked about being careful. But see, like, I also have been doing something different. Yeah.
You just commented that. Yeah.
I don't go into these places provoking anything. Like, I don't go in like, hey, is someone here who wants to speak? I go in with my equipment, and I don't do these alone. I did my Bigfoot one alone, but I don't investigate paranormal alone. I bring guys with me, but we just talk to each other like me and you were talking right now, and I'll set up like a meter, and I'll have a digital recorder in my hand, and we walk around and talk, and I go back and analyze everything later, which the meter is peaked to red, and we'll kind of hang out and I'll video it, but I don't be, you know, I'm not like, hello there, speak to us. You know, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, so I don't play with it. It's like kind of like a casual observer of the devices going off. And then I go back later and listen to the audio, and I've actually got 2 EVPs unexpectedly. And those are going to be in one of the films if I ever get them finished. The first one I ever heard, though, and the nature of what it said, man, I'm not a person who scares easy by any means, but that night I stayed up a little bit. I was kind of like laying there, like, I was kind of looking in the dark, you know, looking at doors like, oh my God, you know, something was on the audio and I didn't expect it to be there. But yeah, I've never provoked any, you know, I don't go asking for it. I just sort of like not a paranormal investigator, but almost like a documentarian, like a factual investigation as much as possible. And amateur, of course. It's completely rookie and there's goof ups and everything else. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, you're not a professional? You know, when people go, I go, fuck you, they ain't no professionals. Eat my shit. Even Ed and Lorraine Warren were. We all don't know what the fuck. There's no one's got no answers, man. So that's cool that you're very humble about it. Because for someone that's been where you've been and all through you are, and they claim that you're still a rookie, that's very humble. So that's cool.
Oh, thank you.
That's cool. I like that you. What does Thomas say? Some of our best EVPs are when you are not at. See, you know what's funny? When I go into haunted places, I used to have dowsing rods and fucking $8 million worth of equipment I couldn't even carry. And now I go in and I sit still. And people go, why? I go, you know why? Because 10 out of 10, if not 9 out of 10 people that hear or see ghosts are sleeping, making a sandwich, watching TV, having sex, taking a shit. They're not sitting there looking for them. You know what I'm saying? The ghosts come out when you're just doing nothing. And
I wasn't looking for when the dude passed my shoulder talking. I wasn't looking for him. I was trying to hang out with my buddy, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
And that stuck with me. And then there was another time, had a second guy not been there, I maybe would have tried to rule it out, but we were doing some construction work and we were like teenagers, you know, it was like part-time summer job type stuff. So me and the boss's son were tasked with cleaning the upstairs of a church building before a banquet, and we had some 2x4s and there was a metal rail, and I started hitting the rail with the 2x4 and it was like sounded like a bell, you know.
Yeah.
And he starts doing like AC/DC, you know, Hell's Bells, like with his air. We're up there playing around and we hear footsteps. That we were upstairs, so there's stairs and there's a door that's shut, and we hear steps, like booted steps coming up, footsteps coming up the stairs real fast, like boom, 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 and we think it's his dad. And we're finna get chewed out, and the door never opens. But we're like, he's hanging out behind the door trying to see what we're doing. So we go snatch the door open. No one's there. We go downstairs quickly downstairs to the front door. The work truck we drove was the only truck there. The driveway was like mud and gravel. Our tire tracks are the only tracks coming into the place. So we fan out, man. We're checking cabinets, bathroom stalls, closets, breaker rooms, nothing in the building. And had he not heard the same thing, we froze because his dad would like chew us out, you know. And I maybe would have tried to rule it out to something else, but we both heard it, and it's hard to deny when two people hear the same thing.
At the same exact time, that's not bullshit. No, that's not bullshit.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Something's there, but I don't know what it is.
Man, oh man, this hour flew by. I can go a little bit over. I'm not going to go super crazy, but we'll have you back on again. And of course, in 2 weeks is a client free-for-all. So I'll let them come back on again and shoot the shit with them. So before we go, is there another question you want to ask me? Like I said, usually at the end, I ask my guests if they want to ask me a question. Is there something else you want to ask me?
Yeah, what are some of your favorite bands? Like, what got you into? How did you become a vocalist? Because
no one's fucking ever asked me that. It's always it's always other shit. I remember growing up, my mom, rest in peace, love you, mama. She got me into like the Beatles, the Monkees. My first record was the Monkees. Hey, we're the Monkees. Welcome to Clarksville, all that shit. So I got into that, and she used to play. My dad had a Harley, so she used to play Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild, and I used to fucking jam out to that. And then, of course, you know, you're growing up. I'm gonna be 45. Holy shit! I'm going to be 45 this year, so I was born in 79. So in the 80s, it was Maiden, Aerosmith, all that shit. And then Guns N' Roses hit the scene. Metallica won, all that shit. Then Pearl Jam, I got into the grunge. I developed into all of it. But one of the biggest influences for me, and it's probably cliche and cheesy, but I have a good reason for it. Corey Taylor, lead singer of, what the fuck? Something just fell in my room. Okay. The lead singer of Slipknot and Stone Sour. And I drove all the way to Iowa just to see Paul Graves' grave in Des Moines and to see where his Slipknot used to hang out and shit. And I ended up meeting them. I met the Clown in 2000, the year 9/11 happened. They were supposed to come to Portland on 9/11, but that September, they didn't. They came in October because of 9/11. Well, they came to Portland, Maine, and my girlfriend of 4 years cheated on me with my good friend, and I found out I almost committed suicide. Real depressed about it. So I had tickets for her for the Slipknot show, and I ended up giving it to my mama. So me and mom went. Weird combo, right? But my mom loved metal. So I'm in the front row, dude, and the Clown's up there, and they're playing Sick. I don't feel no Slipknot. You must have heard of Slipknot, I imagine.
I never really listened to them.
Okay, they're really.
Yeah,
it's like
I was trying to lay low on that without being.
Oh, well, it's an 8-piece metal band, and they wear fucking Halloween masks.
Yeah,
and they got these two big drum sets with beer kegs, and they hit them and shit. And it's fucking.
Yeah, I know who they are. I never really listened to them.
Yeah, so they had a song on their album Iowa, and it's just really depressing. It's about a breakup, kind of fit hand in hand. So I'm in the front row, and it's fucking I'm losing my shit. And the Clown, Sean Crahan, the drummer, comes down, stops midway, and throws me a drumstick, and I miss it. And he looks at me and goes like this, too bad. I go, fuck! And he comes down after the show's done. He walks by, everybody stops, gives me the drumstick, comes over, rubs my head, he goes in my ear, he goes, you're fucking sick, dude. And he rubs my head, gives me the drum. You can ask my mom, but she's dead now. And I still got the drumstick. Hold on a minute. You know the drumsticks I've gotten from band Mushroom Head, Rob Zombie, Clown's drumstick. See, no nipple on the end because he hit a beer keg with it. These have nipples on the end. This one don't.
Yeah.
So that one I got from the Clown himself. And with Slipknot, just the whole thing. I used to be into like G.G. Allen. I used to be into like all the heavy shit. So I just said, fuck it. I want to fucking sing. I can do it, dude. I got lung capacity. So I sang for Culling the Herd for 5 years. We made a CD at Huston University in Bangor. The dude was a senior there, and he goes, I need a senior project. I need to record a band. Can I record your band for free? I go, wow. We went to $1 million recording studio. I got videos of it, me and the thing with a spit guard on. Oh, I fucking loved it. Yeah. Yeah. So I get to do my Poison on stage. I had fake blood capsules, and I hit myself in the head, and I popped a blood capsule, and one guy, they called an ambulance on me. They thought I was really bleeding. So I hang myself on my microphone cord. I just let out all my fucking demons. And I loved it. I still sing in the car. I love rock. I love metal. I love playing air guitar. I love Zakk Wylde. I love all the old shit. Anyway, fuck, enough about me. I love my music. I can't help it, dude. I do. I would love to be in a band again. I think I can't now. I'm 45, and I quit a couple years back. But I love to sing. I just love it because I'm like Cookie Monster lyrics. And fucking people would love it. They'd buy me drinks, and I open it from Mushroom Head. And so anywho, it's a passion of mine besides history and ghosts and this fucking thing. So, did I answer your question? I don't know.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I just got lost in a memory that you opened up. It's been years since you guys asked me about that.
Yeah,
thank you.
Led you into being a vocalist? Yes, but
yeah, thank you. I tried guitar, couldn't afford one. I wanted to play drums because I like fucking hitting things.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, initially I wanted to be a drummer, but it didn't.
They all do.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Uh-oh.
The drummers always they get the big head, you know. Anyway.
Well, they get mad at the guitarists because the guitarists get the chicks, the singers get the chicks, the bassists get the drugs, and the drummers out back all day and no one's looking at them. But fuck that. Drumming's cool, dude. I had a mic. A Shure mic, and I did a tryout, and I said, fuck it. They go, wow, you're intense. My face is all red. I threw up after my first tryout. Culling the Herd, and we did it, man. Named after was it Exodus? An Exodus Exodus song, Culling the Herd. That's what they named themselves after. So I made 9 songs of my own. I made the Return of Lord Vigo, which is Vigo from Ghostbusters, and I made 8 songs that I wrote on my own. I wrote out my poisons. I sang them for a while. made the radio here in Maine. Even I did a Battle of the Bands thing once and shit like that. And good times, man. As you know, I think music's a whole different spectrum, but at the same time, it's the same energy that I get from being a historian, a ghost hunter, podcaster. It's kind of the same
music,
entertainer, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Music's been a huge part of my.
How long have you been playing guitar for?
Oh, shoot. I was 15, so I don't know, like 20-something years, I guess.
No shit. Wow. Yeah, you're good. I saw it. You had the mask and shit on, of course, but I could tell that's you. Any thoughts of putting that on a record or something, or joining a band, or you just kind of putt around?
I'm kind of like you. I think we did the band thing for a little while, and I think it's kind of past me. I would have loved to. I wouldn't mind getting together with a group of guys every now and then or whatever and jamming out. But I think maybe the whole going out and the long nights and all that stuff's done.
Yeah.
You know, I like playing, you know, it's easier to just play at home and make soundtracks and do things exactly how I want them to go. And, you know, it's kind of like when making movies and bands are similar in the aspect that the toughest challenge is having to depend on others. Because you've got to make dates to get together, and then people drop out and flake on you, or, you know, they don't follow through with commitments. And
you're right. None of those fuckers wanted to leave Maine. I go, let's go to Boston. They go, I don't want to drive to Boston. I go, you're not going to fucking make it in Maine. Let's go to New York. I go, oh, man, these fucking yahoos. They don't want to leave the garage, which was fine because, like you said, it's a passion. It's fun. But I had stars in my eye. We went over Mushroom Head. We made a CD. Let's go.
Yeah,
but
yeah. We went that route too. We had an article in the university paper, and we really thought we were about to like do some, you know, we were out playing. Well, we were playing like originals, and then we'd play like obscure stuff. Like if we played AC/DC, we played like Jeff. If we played
who?
Huh?
Jeff Taylor, you said?
No, I said like we'd play AC/DC, but we would play the song Jailbreak, not something you were used to hearing. We were trying to be so different. So a lot of the establishments around here, they want to hear it's like a top 40. Like they want to hear the same set list that every band plays for 4 hours, and people come and drink beer and dance and then go home. But we were trying to be something different, and you know, we played blues and Muddy Waters and Waylon Jennings and Hanks, and played all three Hanks.
Dude, Hank 3 is phenomenal. I love Junior too. He did the Monday Night Football song, but Hank 3 sounds just like his grandpappy.
Yeah.
He did songs with Pantera too, a little bit. Hank 3.
Yeah, so that was about 10 years ago, I guess, and that I think it's past. Now I'll just try to make reels, videos, movies, stuff like that. It's pretty
and it's fun. Not sitting on the couch. Yeah, exactly. So, but just like with Thomas and with you and me, it's not second fiddle. It's just, in my opinion, it's a new chapter. You were a musician, you still are, but now you're more focused on filmmaking as opposed to playing. And that's.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to be offensive. I don't want to be like smug and opinionated, but it's almost like the whole band scene, unless you were already established, as a young man's thing. And when you start getting old wearing cargo shorts and loafers, and you can't look cool, you know what I mean? Like you kind of look like a dork. So I don't want to be that guy where they're like, look at these old guys.
It's one thing if you're the Rolling Stones, you've been playing and they know it's
right.
Like, years, but to just come on the scene, it's like, who the fuck's this guy? No, I get you, and I don't think you are, and I think the way you play, you'd be fine. But I get you; it's a personal thing. I get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It takes a lot of. I can't commit to it right now. It's too much of a. Man, you need to put a lot into that. That takes a lot of work, and I don't think I could do that right now. I have, my kids are young, and my job is pretty demanding sometimes, so I just have to
Well, you know what's funny? How about this? Historically Haunted Booking does a band in like 5 years. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'll come out with my Depends diapers on. I'll sing. You'll play guitar. Thomas must play guitar. We'll find a bass and a drummer. Never say never. I see that with you. You're not one of those people that gives up entirely on things. And that's
no. And you know, that was my opinion this week. I think I actually thought of that earlier this week. And
if they came knocking on your door, though, you'd be all about it. Uh-oh. There he is. He froze up for a second.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, somebody could be like, hey, you want to join a band tomorrow? And be like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, and I just said, you know.
I'd text you. I go, Dustin, you said you were done. You said, well, the opportunity came up. I'd say, do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there, okay, so before we go, is there anything we left out you want to mention? I do want you to name drop where people can find you, though. You want to name drop YouTube, Instagram, whatever the fuck you got?
Yeah, mostly I just go by Dustin Grammer, and I'm trying to branch out into Moonlight Monster Media. That page is a little newer because, like I said, I was doing my own reels, my own music. YouTube, it's still Dustin Grammer Music. Instagram is still Dustin Grammer. You know.
Uh-oh.
You know, Zombie Media, Thomas Markham, that's the distributor for Steve's Ridge. It's on Tubi right now, or his Zombie Media Video on Demand. And I'm booked by you, but so booking agent.
We're going to get this is going to be a good year for Moonlight Monster Media, and for a lot of people, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. So I can't wait to see what we got in store for your next two. I can't wait to finally meet you, get you some conventions. I'm going to play a song before we go. I've been ending the show on a song. I'm going to play it. You can hang around if you want. We can talk after. But I'm going to take you off screen, myself off screen, play the song.
Hey, look, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Dustin, dude, you've been, honestly, I love all my clients, but you're super respectful. You're always pretty chill. You're sending me free gifts. So thank you for being my guest, dude. You've been a blast. This hour flew by.
Yeah, it did. I was kind of nervous because, I never go live and I never speak that long. But hey, man, that was fun. It flew by.
Oh, good. I'd say we'll talk, obviously, because I'm your agent, I'm your manager. But once this movie starts going, maybe before it starts, I'll get you back on the way we can talk about it, get the hype up, a couple months or something. Yeah. So, guys, Dustin Grammer, you've been a real joy. Yes, Thomas says you're awesome, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Thomas is another client of mine. So you're in the same family.
I watch his videos.
I share the fuck out of them. You know I share your shit. I share you guys. You're my children, even though you have your own.
The one about your ears burning. That was this week. Yeah, I watched it.
Your left ear burns. That means they don't like you. The right ear burns. Means they're talking good, right, or something. Egyptian.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he's a lefty, so he was talking about why are lefties always the bad guys. Yeah.
Yes. Good to meet you, Dustin. This is John Berger from Seattle. Good. Follow Moonlight Monster Media, like I shared. It's pretty chill. You can see the fucking werewolf in the middle. You'll see it on the Historically Haunted page. I shared a bunch of it in my personal page. So we're gonna end the song with what started all for me. I'm gonna try to watch it without crying. Oliver Anthony's Rich Men North of Richmond, them politician crooked bastards. So we'll see you next week. I think next week I'm solo. It's gonna be just me playing YouTube videos, and then after that, it's the start of season 4. Dustin will be back. He's one of my clients. It's a client free-for-all. All my clients are coming on in 15, 20-minute intervals and shoot the shit. So follow Moonlight Monster Media. Check out fucking Dustin Grammer. He's amazing. Steve's Ridge. It's funny. It's cool. It's interesting. Check it out. And give it a good review, you bastards. Let's even it out a little bit. So, Dustin, appreciate you. Till next time. Good. We'll see you soon. Hang in there if you want to talk after. Like I said, after the song, I'll bring you on. If not, that's cool. But I'm going to remove you right now. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. That was Dustin Grammer of Moonlight Monster Media. Let me just play this song for you guys real quick. See, the thing is, I do have guests. Like I do have clients or whatever. And I don't want to just hire anybody. I mean, I'm not in it for the fucking money. I'm in it because I want to start a family of people I believe in. I believe in this cat. He came highly recommended. So yeah, Dustin Grammar. This is all puberty. This is let me see if I can share it. This is Oliver Anthony. This is what got it started for me. Enjoy, guys. Listen to the lyrics. Let me get it to play. We're good.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, 'cause the rich men. I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.